Tell me about a complicated man. Today we came through places with names like children desert parents, lost children, send back the dog, turn back the horse. You know too that the keyholes of such chests are canceled under a button or under a leather tongue. What secret pressure, what soft words? A pause seems in order here, while we ask how such a thing is possible. A rhizome has no beginning or end. It is always in middle, between things, intra-being, intermezzo, alliance, versus to be, the verb. The fabric of rhizome is and. These are the broken treaties beauty has left for us, earthbound sentinels. You've got to be kidding me. Clown portraits on the wall, talk of contractualism. I promise, I will try to. What kind of monster would? Monsters are more scared. A pool of amino acids play. Wouldn't it be cool to watch a dam burst? Yeah, depending where I'm at. A father in Utah runs to the mailbox in 1896 to receive the latest Sears Roebuck catalog. The first day of Japanese-American internment during World War II, February 19th, 1942. The execution of White Rose, Nazi resistance group, February 22nd, 1943. The deep color of red in my new water bottle, and full communism. But really, how can we win socialism, and heal the river wounds, and breathe, and get the goods for us all, and yes, die in a world free of exploitation, racism, misogyny, and yet still suffering to be free? This color of red is also the color of red of your cheeks after a long run, or after we've come after a fight, or remembering together in salty, tangled limbs, the violence, the violence. Picnic materials. We. 2 blankets. Books to read aloud. A basket. Forks, knives, spoons, linens. Breads, cheeses, picklings, a pie, the apples, Cox's orange pippin, taste just like they sound. The honey mustard I tried to haggle. I think there's still a thick slab of salt love, Montreal pastrami to lay and soak into my mouth. My hand shakes, pen writing this poem, my whole body at once standing up, not up on own souls, but we, in the shy, golden morn, push together, closer and further than we had thought possible, physically possible. My whole hand blooms at the center of inside, being of your being's being our being's being, entered any and everywhere, always in between, coming and going, wet and picking up speed. In the womb of the old society, therefore humankind only takes up such problems as it can solve, since looking, writing off the subject, a poem scampers, away, like a scared deer, partial awareness. I court when I distrust small gods, this air nonsense, shared and invented, you do not know is. In real time, conceit limiting and generating 2 subjects, beginning, and no, the poet can't see this at all. After breakdown, in strain, in obligation, what the subject, make the subject. Lisa schleps apples via trains and regional bus in an earth-toned satchel. The apples are a little travel-weathered, but, she smiles, they're a day off the branch. A nostalgia of the future. And now, death, don't hide your head, and don't desert the hope of becoming transparently unrealistic. But the village still huddles closely around its dead, uneven growth in a state of crisis. Once rooted, securitized, it is lost. It is and is no longer. And the water lilies on the Vivon, and the good folk of their village, and their little dwellings, and the parish church, and the whole of Cambrai and its surroundings, taking shape and solidity, sprang into being, town and gardens alike, from a cup of tea. Conjugate flows. Follow the plants. Connect any point to any other point. I like a thing they say if they say it every time they feel it. I'm eating vanilla wafers in bed. I know, you laugh. I know. I swear, I'm not a bed eater now, I swear. But the floor is still wet, and all my new books are on my bed, and I am hungry. He didn't know if he'd ever speak again. I was the Bloodhound, brothers. That's the name I gave myself, the working people's son. Elegy for object. Seed and the inroot. Their place in the sentence, devaluing without primacy by parts of speech, how do rhizome human, where work the bulb, multiple the being, connection, stay outside machine, and pivot is what our hows, does the how-tuber chain and nourish, against that old poem, linear unispirit, works in form, content, preliminary. For metaphor is a work of breaking absent a poem of mimic. Note, will a poem, clear as day, some deluge, meta-ekphrasis. If I take toward another's engaged to, in order, via if, fill in, turn, rotate. Not was or should be, this be, not should be, this should not be, is. Could we be a stone's throw from the whole truth? The path of revolution intervenes. Basho, anyone, why write it down? Our movement can't be caught precisely, but that way of not being done that sends you back in by way of the beginning, or any other place. A foreboding is dawning. The present society is no solid crystal, but capable of change and constantly changing. Ecstatic evergreens out of the ground, green of early. That's one school of thought. And a swift kick of a gust jacked and feel hands attached, shaking, trunk up the branches, reach the yells, held in birth forever. I hear you. I tell them, you aren't alone in between.